let's get into these work stories, y'all. Kate got some crazy
Oh,
work stories that she want to tell y'all about from last that y'all were talking about last week.
yeah. I mean, I honestly think anyone in customer service would have like wild ass stories because the type of people that come in are just so rude. Um, like it honestly baffles me that some people think it's okay to talk to others that way. Like, yeah, I really appreciate you coming at me over shit that's not my fault. Love it. Um, I
So
don't
like,
know.
let's
I'm trying to like
think of
think
like
of a
a time that
story.
like really pissed you off, like some shit
All
like that.
right. Okay. All right. So the big one of the biggest ones that comes to mind is at the other place that I used to work at, this other body shop, and it was like first thing in the morning, and at every body shop you're on a direct repair program with certain insurance companies, not all of them, like whatever. So one of our bigger ones was Geico, and we had a customer come in, and they come in by appointment. So this guy was at least like half hour 45 minutes early to his appointment, and he just busts open the door, and I'm at the first desk up front, and he's like, is that my Tahoe out front? And I went, I, uh, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, is that my Tahoe out front? And I went, okay, so that's how we're gonna do this. All right, cool. And I was like, sir, I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Like, do you have an appointment? Are you coming in to drop off? I'm assuming like that you're getting into a rental and everything. And he was like, yeah, I have an appointment at, like 9 a.m. or whatever it was. He was like, and I called about a rental car, and he's just going off. And I mean, screaming at me, talking to me like I'm the biggest piece of shit, slowing things down as if I'm like special and can't understand him. And I was like, okay. I said, well, one, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't work for Enterprise. So I don't know what kind of deal you had set up with them about the Tahoe. I'd be more than happy to call for you and get it all figured out and whatever. I said, but I don't work for Enterprise, as right here, my shirt does not say Enterprise. So I don't know how you would expect me to know this. And he was just like, well, can you call them? And like, he was just the most ignorant fuck. And I cannot stand people like that. Like, don't go off on me because you talked to another company and had an arrangement set up. Like, that was between you and them, not me and them or me, you and them. Like, I wasn't a part of this. I did not know. So don't come at me for me not knowing something. Like, that shit pisses me off so much.
Gabe, what's your worst one you can think of?
Um, it wasn't me directly. So last summer, or I think it was like summer 18. Yeah, it was right before I took a semester off school. I was doing something different. Like I was in impound. So it was my first week on the job. I was like training, so I was just like watching everything and learning how to do it and everything like that. So I get I was just like behind the counter or whatever, like observing. So then somebody came in and their car had gotten towed or whatever. And like so when your car gets towed or impounded, you gotta have like a certain list of things. It's your license, registration, and proof of insurance. So I guess they didn't have it, or they didn't have everything they needed, and like the situation escalated it. And the lady that was handling it, she first of all, it's two women, so situations between women sometimes tend to flare a little bit quicker. Um, she called the lady that was working the window a bitch, like, and then like the lady I work with, she's like, "Who the fuck you talking to?" Like she got real gangster real quick, and then like she was about to come out the door, so then like our security person that was working there like had to come in and restrain. It was crazy. Like I'm like, wow, like these people really come in here. Like the shit is your fault, bro. Like I just don't get like how you could like come in and like the whole 6 months I was doing that, it was just like a lot. People would just come in like with attitudes and shit like that. Like so like I didn't really have to do like a lot of window work, but I would like kind of start people up on the process and like taking the information, make the copies and stuff like that. And like I saw the type time that people was on like before they even spoke, you know what I mean? Or the people who would call before they came in, like the people who would call and be like, "Is my car here?" And like I just kind of knew like what type time they would be on. So I would just act accordingly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've like ever like really been in like bad like work situation. I don't think. Like I had like shitty like kids I had to like watch and everything like that. And like my boss was like crazy about that. But like besides that, like I've never had no one like be like really disrespectful. Besides like the kids, obviously, but like they like
I mean, they kids.
yeah. So like they don't
Yeah.
really, like understand.
Yeah, I worked with kids for one summer, and then I realized like that's just not what I want to do ever. so I just got heavy with the intern game.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
I mean, customer service is definitely like a special kind of place.
I think it's
I
something
really
that
do think that everyone should have to work in customer service for bare minimum like 6 months. Like, and I mean
like
absolute bare minimum.
it builds character.
Definitely
It
builds
does.
character.
Like you
Like
you learn how to deal with people, how to handle situations. It does definitely build character.
yeah, you don't understand what those people are going through until you actually are one of them, or like you
Mhm.
in that environment and you see everything that goes on. Like it's really it's funny like how much stuff just happens in the workplace over time.